look who showed up at the house. Hey Larry.
Oh, hi.
Not much light, but
I just dropped by randomly, you know. You know how things go.
just randomly dropped by in Japan. And because of that, we decided to go back to Daikoku. I was there yesterday for the 9/11 day, but since Larry's here,
We stole this car.
we stole Alec's car, which
But
is
actually, though, if you saw us sketchily with our cell phone lights trying to break into this thing,
trying to undo
you
the
would call the
straps.
police. You would call the police right
These
away.
straps to the car cover. But yeah, this is actually the only functioning car, minus the family van, of course. But yeah, we're gonna go to Daikoku and meet up with a couple of guys from Lowbrain and check out their Corollas. 4A is the name of the night tonight, so we're gonna get going and get Larry to enjoy some 4AG action. All right, so we came to the local 7-Eleven here because Larry needs to grab some quick dinner before we go to Daikoku and meet with some guys. We managed to get Alec's car started. Alec is actually in Australia right now, and he gave us the okay to have a play with his car because actually Larry has never driven Hajiroku, especially one in Japan, and one that is, you know, sitting so well and it's freshly repainted and looking good. So we're gonna take it down to Daikoku parking area. We're gonna meet with a couple of guys from Lowbrain and see what's happening there tonight as well. I was there last night, going there too often these days, but what are you gonna do? So we are going to enjoy a bit of 4A sounds for the night and just look how good the car looks. And you'll have to forgive my terrible parking here, but these Group A mirrors that Alec fitted are very hard to see out of, at least for me. Plus, better safe than sorry, right? Right, now it's Larry's turn to drive. It's still ridiculously hot in Japan. And actually, Alec's car has a functioning AC. So it makes a difference from the 911 that I was driving yesterday. Another dinner, another 7-Eleven. But you have driven Hachirokus before, right?
I have.
Yeah, okay.
But not in Japan.
Not in
First
Japan.
one.
Well, there's your turn now. She's warm enough to get going quickly.
Okay. So let's see. Wait. The window works. Wait, how did you get the window down on this side?
With a switch.
Which switch?
That one. Yeah.
Oh,
So
maybe
that
it's
should be
not
the best.
working.
Yeah.
That's the other side.
Oh,
Oh!
dude.
Figured it out.
But that's the switch I hit. It was already done before. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. Okay, now we got windows.
Yeah. Anyway, your lights are on the right side.
Lights here. Alright, yeah, first time driving AE86 in Japan. Gonna go to Daikoku. This is like the quintessential Japanese thing to do if you're a car nerd in Tokyo.
Oh, you got to do it at least once,
Yeah.
right?
Alright,
The experience. With 2 cameras,
Yeah.
filming in different angles.
Influencers in the wild. That's so loud.
So loud, right? Disturbing the neighborhood. JDM style.
Waking everyone up, for sure.
First tunnel.
I see why people like this.
Right? It's just, it's all about the sound.
It's so loud.
The raspiness.
It's fun.
Alright, so we're entering the Daisan Keihin.
Okay.
You like it?
Yeah, that's a sound. I get it. That is a sound.
Larry's getting the hang of it now.
Yeah. Took a little bit, but.
Beautiful Yokohama at night.
I love this. I love that building. I love the view from that building.
Landmark Tower.
It's just too much fun to floor, and we're just going so slow.
Yeah. It's actually a really good car to have because, like you were saying, you can drive hard, but you're never going to go that fast, right?
I'm like flooring it, and I look down, and we're going 80.
And that's kilometers an hour, by the way.
Yeah, 80 kilometers an hour.
So did you enjoy your little Hachiroku experience?
Yeah. A couple things that I really like about it. It's not, I love driving turbo cars because of the lag. And I love Hondas also, like NSXs and Integras because of the VTEC kicking in. I like the 86 for the low, for that cam low.
Yeah.
It's just so defined.
That 4,000 RPM
it's
shift.
Literally a switch, an on-off switch.
Yeah.
It's so weird how defined it is.
Pre VTEC.
But there's no mechanic thing that's changing, right?
No, it just gets on cam.
It's some kind of like harmonic.
It finds its best settings.
I don't know what it is.
Best timing. Look who we bump into at Daikoku under Suzuki.
Wait.
It's first time at Daikoku.
No.
なんで初めて?
That's not right.
なんで?
There's no way.
なんで初めて
いつも忙しい?
いつもシルビアだな。
Silvia使う. So he's always busy like building his Silvia, so he can never come to places like this. Crazy who you bump into at Daikoku parking area on any given night too. Alec's car here, which always looks so good in the right angle. You gotta get the reflections to pop on that color. Play around with the polarizer, just get it right. There it is. Now you can really appreciate what that color looks like. So this is John with his Corona. He kindly came down to see Larry and create a really cool lineup with Alec's car. He's one of the low brain guys. We got Yohei coming as well with his Hachiroku. So we should be representing when it comes to 4As. This is a sick, very rare body shape for the Corona. All right, we got Yohei arriving now with this super clean Hachi. See if people move, we can actually get the right lineup. Or maybe you can park it on the other side. And there is the completed 4AG pairing, or trio rather. It's funny how you bring one of the most expensive production Ferraris to Daikoku and not too many people pay attention. Like in most countries there'll be like a flock of people like trying to get close and trying to get a peek, but not too much in Japan unless you come here on Sunday morning. And it's a pretty cool paint. It actually glows in kind of like a pearl effect. What do you think? Italian being attracted to Ferraris.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're telling me your Italian brethren named this super fast?
Yeah, I think there was, it was a week at Ferrari where everybody probably had to go on holiday and they're like, we've got to come up with a name that's, catchy and it's...
What's it good at?
It's going really fast. It's super fast. Yeah, I like the Ferrari La Ferrari as well. That was a good one. But I actually did get to drive one of these and they're ballistic. They're such good cars.
I love the way Dino is when he's in Italy around Italian cars. He's just, the pride shows.
Yeah.
And he just starts crying.
But the criticism comes, as it always does. Larry is really surprised that he's actually seeing these new Gen Zs here in Japan. Yeah, the thing is, they're not really that popular here in Japan too. You maybe see one every weekend or something pop up, but it has not done well at all for Nissan. I think it's too expensive. It's pretty much the previous generation car that's being kind of cleaned up and given a bit of a refresh. And they drive okay. It's just, you know, when people see what else is in the market for, you know, 8 to 10 million yen, because that's what they sell for in Japan, close to 10 for the Nismo version, you know, that kind of gives you a lot of choice. Second-hand Porsche, second-hand BMW, M cars. There's a lot to play with these days, and I think manufacturers really have to take that seriously. But with that said, I think I'm going to continue my loop. S2000 and an FD, a wide body FD. I'm not sure which kit that is. Let's take a look from the front. That is clean. Wow.
This might be one of the best cars out here.
That is beautiful. That is so well executed. I have no idea what wide body kit this is. Could be feed.
It's so good.
Really well done.
This is awesome. This
Yeah.
is what I came here to see.
So Larry got to shoot with John and Yoshi. So go over to his channel, check out what he did with those guys. We're gonna keep looping, see if we come across anything new.
You know we're getting older because I'm liking these more.
Oh, I've always liked this, as
I'm
long as
liking
the
this.
non-hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the hybrid really is,
These have so much power.
yeah, they're amazing.
It blows me away.
If only they were manual, can you imagine? See, this is the car that for me should have always been the base for the Supra. Like proportion-wise, it fits, right? Like way more than an A90.
This is more a continuation of the A80
Yeah.
versus the A90. It's more sporty than the A80. How's that even possible?
Well, you know, it always had an element of luxury as well.
Yes.
The 80 series.
Yes.
And I think this would have done like so well.
This is more like the Mark IV.
Yeah.
You know, the Mark V is just a pure sports car, not a
Yeah.
GT car anymore.
Yeah, this has that GT kind of feel about
because
it.
you have to remember the Mark IV was a 2+2, whereas the Mark V is just a 2C.
But Toyota is supposedly working on a new Celica. And I think if they do that, that would be very, very interesting.
That would be really cool.
But you see a lot of these in the States, right? The Eclipse.
With that livery,
Not the livery particularly, but
that's pretty cool.
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. But yeah, these were super popular back in the day, early 2000s, to import these from the States.
I never really liked these. I like the previous generation.
Yeah. But just an example of what you can find at Daikoku on any given night. The slammed Golf station wagon here. Nice Civic on some really sweet rims. And this, which usually ends up being a donor for the 20 valve for Hachiroku, is of course the A11111. There's a nice little JZX thing happening down here, along with a new Gen IS. Look at the girth on those front fenders.
These are A101s, right?
101s or 111s?
Or 111.
Yeah. So the donor cars for the 20 valve blacktop. Here's a look at the back of the 100. And I do love these old school Equips. I guess they're used for a bit of like a burner setup. Street legal 100. So good, right?
I like this.
I love it when it has that kind of like widened stance at the front. Lots of Peaches stickers on this one. Peaches, of course, are the guys that invited me to Korea to film that video they did with Taniguchi driving the Hyundai Pony. That was such a cool experience. I really hope I'm gonna get to work with those guys in the future again. A really cool bunch of car guys in a country that really, I wouldn't say like punishes people that are into cars, but extremely, extremely strict when it comes to like modifications. Anything you know, away from OEM, those guys are on you, and we certainly find out because we had the police on us pretty much everywhere we went with that pony, delaying our shoot. But yeah, what a great turnout even today at Daikoku, even though it's just a random Thursday night. I get a lot of comments saying that I don't feature or at least show Imprezas too much. Well, there you go. One for you tonight. Right in front of this BMW M4, which looks like it has a charge cooler modification there, or maybe just heat shielding. Pretty sick cars. Let's keep looping. These guys have assembled next to that E46 we were looking at earlier on, and the super fast has just turned on. Let's see if we can get a bit of sound from this one here. I'm not sure if this is a true Otec version of the March. Not too familiar obviously with these, but I do remember driving actually one of my very first press cars back in the day, early 2000s, when these cars were out. Nissan let me try their 12SR, which was this manual version of a high revving 1.2 liter 4-cylinder March, and it was, to this day, one of the funnest cars I've ever driven. You know, where you get to kind of flog the car 100%, and you're not really going fast, but you're definitely getting a lot of satisfaction, and the car will always stay in my memory.